Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Scooby-Doo Team Up, issue number 31. Now, as you know, Scooby-Doo Team Up has this ongoing theme where certain characters from the DC universe team up with the Mystery Gang in many mysteries, like Batman, Superman, Power Girl, Wonder Woman, Hawkman, Hot Girl, and so on. So the cover you have the Atom looking on, while the others look amazed. And we've got them on the start, the Mystery Gang running, saying, like it's bad enough that we're being chased by a swarm of angry bees, but like robot bees. And they point out is that the guy who's doing it is Bug-Eyed Bandit. And he's like, ha ha, look at them run. Today, I'll take Ivy Town, tomorrow, Earth. No one can stand in the way of my robotic insects. No one? Not even a mighty mite? Uh-oh. Or should I say, a nighty-night? And Velma points out that it's the Atom, and Atom introduces himself and says that Hawkman gave them a call to give them the help they need, and says, no, it's well, it'll be easier to explain if you put on these belts. And so they try on the belts, and Scooby's like, ooh, lifty belts. Not exactly. Woo! They're copies of my shrinking belts. So at first they're tiny, then they shrink to the size of an atom, and they see like things like amoeba cells, even atom particles, and says that he needs their help because he sees some face where it's from, and they're like, hey Roast! It certainly looks like one. I've never seen anything like this before. I can investigate the physics myself, but ghosts are a little out of my line. That's why Hawkman suggested I call you. And so they decide to go in and end up to this other world. Now, if you are hardcore DC fans, you probably know the story of Sword of the Atom, where a race like these existed in the DC comics, and Atom was their kind of guardian. And they tell them to halt and fear the wizard, and even bring up the prisoner back. But the Atom beats them down. He's like, what sorcery is this? I shall deal with Archaea right here. It's nighty-night, my sword! And so the Atom says, sorry I knocked out those guys so quickly. I didn't leave you kids a chance to get in on the action. Oh, don't worry about us. We're fine. Which is like no action. And so Archaea explains that there was a face in the guy of the Grand Wizard, and that it sees all. And then they get ambushed by a whole lot of guys, because there are reinforcements. And Fred asks why he couldn't just fight them before, but the Atom points out that it'd be too risky to put the kids in danger. And they decide to investigate what's been going on. It's like, before, we go in there, someone should tell them their castle's on fire. That is the internal flame on the roof of the palace. I don't suppose they're throwing us a barbecue. The Wizard King keeps it burning night and day. And so he introduces them to the prisoners and says, so, Archaea, you still resurface to follow me. The penalty is death. Now hold on. And so he to take them prisoner. And they point out is how Archaea points out one day it just showed up, and no one has found a way to stop it, because he sees all. And Velma starts to put two and two together, and realizes that something's fishy about it, and they decide to do something about it, and Daphne says, Absolutely, because I think our face is gonna be perfectly good. Now, how about yours? What, you dare? Naturally, because I'm a powerful wizard too. Behold my power as I transform an ordinary man into a giant warrior. Roar! Yet no matter how tormentous my foe may be, my power is greater, for I can simply make them disappear. And so they decide to trick the Grand Wizard. And afterwards, Daphne is keeping him occupied while Fred, Velma, Scooby and Shaggy find out the trick and that he's actually a phony and just doing this as a trick. Afterwards, they're like, did you see that the Wizard King's power over us is broken? You no longer need to be his slaves. We are free. We are? Then perhaps the Wizard King should not be freed. Take your hands off me! Do not listen to these Midoggle wizards. Release me, or I shall destroy you. Who wishes to test my power? I do. Oh, I was just asking. So afterwards, Adam decides to stay here for a while, but the Scooby gang decided many promise that they will return the equipment back when they get back to normal. And after a bit of a bumpy ride, they return back saying, "The real world at last! Like nothing is gonna bother us now. That's everything, finally. Right, size? Hello, little humans. Ooh. And so, yeah, this is the story with Scooby-Doo and that. Now, I actually do admit the story is pretty good, and it does have a kind of potential for a TV series. Now, I know they did a team-up with Batman the Brave and the Bold, but I would like to see a TV series with with mainly called Scooby-Doo DC Team-Up. It would be interesting to see them teaming up with other DC heroes, like they did back in the 70s with famous celebrities. So the story, good thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.